I'm Christy. Today I want to talk about addressing issues as they arise. Another season has passed, so I figured it was probably time to provide you with an update. We've had several issues come up that I've had to work to figure out. As I mentioned in the last update, SSI was claiming that we needed to repay a month's worth because he was over the $2,000 limit. However, he was over the limit because they had paid us a lump sum as part of his back pay. It was so frustrating. I ended up taking AJ to our local Social Security office to fight this. We were blessed with someone who was familiar with individuals with special needs receiving SSI. They were able to reverse the repayment order and stop them from withholding funds from future months' pay in order to repay the supposed overpayment. Phew. During this visit, I was also able to confirm his checking account information so that they would begin depositing his funds directly into his checking account. I'd originally set it up to deposit to his savings account because that was the only account he had when I made the original application. We've since opened a checking account for him, so I wanted his funds directly deposited into that account. About a week later, I received confirmation that we no longer needed to repay the month's payment and that they would not be deducting anything from his future payments. One bullet dodged. We've now received the rest of his back payment. I'll be moving much of that money into his ABLE account so that we don't have this kind of issue again. A few weeks ago, I received another letter from the Social Security Administration. I dreaded opening it and I was afraid that there was a notification of another issue I'd have to deal with, although I wondered if it might be notification of next year's payment amount. A day or two later, I finally worked up enough courage to open the letter. Fortunately, it was indeed notification of the new payment amount. Here's the thing. Because of my fears about this whole false repayment issue and SSI in general, I now dread every single envelope that arrives from the Social Security Administration. I know this is my own personal issue, but it's not getting any better, and all of these mailings aren't helping at all. In early June, AJ started regular hours at Texas Roadhouse. He was super excited to be working there, and it seemed like a good fit for him. We were led to believe that he could work as many as about 35 hours a week, or as many of those as we wanted him working. We were also told he would have weekends off. In reality, he started working about 35 hours a week for the first few weeks. Fairly quickly, we were asked if he could work weekends, as the shift he was recruited for was a 7-day-a-week position. We reluctantly said yes, he could work weekends. Unfortunately, his hours quickly started decreasing. When we returned from taking Sean to college in the fall, AJ returned to work, only he returned to a reduced schedule of about 5 hours a week. As the fall progressed, that 5 hours turned into 4. Probably about mid-fall, we had a meeting to meet and touch base with AJ's new caseworker from the government agency that helped us find this job. When I explained all that was going on, she immediately commented that this was not what we had agreed to or expected, and that wasn't acceptable. She then asked me to write up what had happened since AJ started working and where things stood now. Then she asked the contractor we'd worked with for their perspective. When things didn't completely agree between the two stories, ours and the contractors, we began questioning things. The caseworker also stated that 4 or 5 hours a week was a survival job, not an employed status job. So she took him out of employed status, moved him into survival status, and began helping us look for a new job. She also provided me with a resignation letter to turn in to Texas Roadhouse. We turned it in the next day. AJ ended by giving them 2 weeks' notice, although they didn't have him work at all his final week. So, as of the middle of December, AJ is no longer working at Texas Roadhouse. We're currently working with AJ's caseworker to find a new job. She had a great lead for us at an assisted living facility as a dietary aide. AJ was super excited about this possibility. Unfortunately, it looks like the last position was filled just before we got AJ in. We're waiting for confirmation of that now. In the meantime, we're moving forward with other possibilities. We have a lead from an acquaintance who owns her own restaurant. AJ's known her for years. She seems open to having AJ work for her if she has a position for him. The caseworker will work out details for us. While our caseworker pursues this possibility, We're moving forward with having AJ do some work experience with a company that already has a contract with this government agency. We're moving forward with a mid-January start of about 15 to 20 hours a week. I don't think AJ is overly excited about this new option, but we suspect it'll be temporary until we can find him something permanent. And I'm still kind of hoping we'll find something that's a better fit before this one starts. Maybe I'm just being delusionally optimistic. In the middle of all of this, I applied for a part-time job. I'm excited about the possibility and a bit nervous. I haven't worked a consistent job since shortly before AJ came home from the NICU. My husband has wanted me to find something since Sean started college. I've hesitated because of AJ and his need for transportation and help with meals, those kinds of things. But this seems like a good fit with flexible hours, so I think it'll work if I'm hired. Time will tell. As we start a new year, and AJ very impatiently waiting his 23rd birthday, I find myself excited about the possibilities ahead of us. I'm also looking forward to see how all these details will work out. We're also awaiting an update on housing possibilities for AJ. I'm hoping for a ballpark idea of how far down the waiting list he is. I hope that your holiday season was a good one and that you too are anticipating an exciting year full of possibilities. So my question for you this week is this. Has your loved one had any changes to their routine or daily life? Are you or they excited about what the year holds? I'd love to hear your thoughts. You can leave me a comment below, or you can leave me a comment over on the blog. That's at www.havenofhopeforme.com. That's originally posted in January of 2023. If you prefer, you can always email me at Christy, CHRISTY, at havenofhopeforme.com. I'm excited about a year of possibilities so that I can continue to say that life is good and there is never a dull moment.